You're listening to the Ottawa Real Estate Podcast, brought to you by Referral Mortgages and Blue Panda Realty, with your hosts, Paul Stevenson, David Warren, and Greg Campbell. Let's see what's going on in the world of real estate in our nation's capital.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello. It's the Ottawa Real Estate Podcast. Welcome. Welcome. If you're new here, this is how we do it. We just go. We just go. My name's Paul. Here with Greg. I'm here with Dave. Paul Stevenson, Greg Campbell, David Warren. I'm here also with my delicious coffee, my North Brew coffee. Hot, fresh, delicious, smooth.
Hot, fresh.
Crisp, dark.
Hot, fresh coffee. Where's your mug, David?
Welcome
Where's
back.
Where's your mug?
Welcome back.
Mug is here. It's just emptied.
Okay.
Happy to be here. I am one of the owners of Referral Mortgages in Ottawa. I'm also a mortgage agent. So is Dave. Dave is also an owner at Referral Mortgages. He's a mortgage agent. Greg, he's with us too.
Yes.
Hi, Greg.
Yes.
Greg is a partner. He's also a realtor over at Blue Panda Realty. I always say over at, like we're sitting in the park. Like, oh, he's over at. He's over there. He's over there. Quite a weekend. We were just talking about how the weekend just flew by. It's October.
It did. It was a cozy weekend here. It was raining and it was cozy. We purged at home, cleaned up the basement, made it a nice little cozy living space for the fall and winter. We're very excited about it. I have a nice little workspace down there too. Yeah.
Yeah, I had nice plans yesterday. I had set up a family bonfire. I was going to have everyone over, get some, pulled pork going in the yard, big fire, rain all weekend. So we ate inside. At least we have the space, it's nice. Very grateful to be able to have family not only in town, but able to, come over, enjoy some time together. And fall, that's what fall's about. You get the warm fire going, the slow cooked meals.
Fall's also about falling in love all over again with those that you love. Falling in fall. Leaves fall in love. I don't know. Dave, how was your weekend?
Wow. I don't even know how to follow that. I don't know.
You don't know how to follow that. Oh. Wow. That was like a dad joke almost.
Yeah. At least he's got something to fall back on,
or a mood boost, I should say.
Wow. This is just going south. Weekend was good. I was in Toronto Wednesday to yesterday for family wedding. Went to the Jays Yankees game Wednesday night, which was great.
Cool.
It was nice to. I'm a huge baseball fan, so it was great to go to a game. And then just around Toronto and wedding on Saturday and back, and came back to a flood of worlds and ready to go. Ready to go.
All right.
Yeah, I've tried to take Monday mornings. I bring my boys back for school basically. And it's always, the drive is always daunting, not because of the drive itself, but because of the email flood that I normally get. So I try to make a point not to look at my emails till I've actually completed the drive and the drop off. Cause otherwise that's just all you're thinking about for the next 90 minutes,
Smart man.
Mm-hmm. So gentlemen, how's the week?
How's the week lining up? How's it shaping up, Paul? Is that what you're asking me?
What's going on in real estate? Let's give the people what they want.
My week's actually shaping up quite well. I've got an offer on a property today. One of the ones I spoke about last week, 93 Adeline. Mm-hmm. Let you know where that goes. I've got a couple new listings coming out. So for me, it's business is good. Got some new buyers from some old friends of mine. I got a referral from a girl that I went to school with from I would say kindergarten all the way through till high school. She lives in Toronto. She's like, "Can you help my sister?" And I'm like, "Yes, thank you very much for thinking of me." Mm-hmm. So I had a call with them yesterday. They're a beauty couple, so I'm looking forward to helping them this week. And it's just nice. It's nice when business just comes from people that you've known for years, whether you keep in touch all the time or don't, but they see you. They watch the show. I've been told. They know. They're also from Beacon Hill. guys.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, well, that's where I grew up, right? So it's BH in the house. You know, what do you got? What are you gonna say? Other than let's do this, right?
We should mention that Stephen is going to be a local. He's going to be an honorary BHer shortly. Mm-hmm. Just putting it out there.
All of Torep will have BH roots.
Yeah, I actually spoke to a Torep, a listener last week. He's an investor, both in equities and in real estate, and a very knowledgeable guy. Loves the show. Says he listens to every episode, and he very intelligent. Yeah, very. It's funny when I talk to clients. I talked to another set of clients recently, and they said they've been listening since May. And I felt like they knew me, like we were talking about the process, and they're like, well, yeah, of course you talked about this on the show back in April or May. And I was like, oh my God, we did. You're right. We did talk about that. You already know what I'm going to say before I say it. It's like, you listen to hours of us talking, you just know we can only say so much. I mean, you know, what's coming.
I also apologize for those of you that have listened to hours and hours of us talking.
Yeah. Don't forget about that comment from last week, right? Oh, you guys waste all our time with the banter at the front. And then it's like, well, skip ahead.
We've lost him.
Are there. This is our show. Yeah. This is how we do it. You can skip ahead, or you can listen to us talk to each other.
It's funny. One of the listeners actually responded being like, there's timestamps. Just respond. Yeah. Just move ahead, move forward.
That was amazing.
But he did graciously, the poster did graciously retract his comment and said, oh, well, we'll do that in the future. I'm sorry. Yeah. just wanted to be heard.
The listeners need to understand that this is kind of like literally, unless we're talking business, like it's very rare that we have personal time to talk to each other that often. So this is like us actually recapping our lives with each other on air. It's true. And it's what the show's turned into. So, you know. Deal with it.
So I got something real estate related.
Go ahead.
I have one thing. That's it. Then the show's over. So I have. I know we've been talking a lot about Unreserved, but it has been creeping into my dealings more and more often lately. Both realtors and clients alike. At least in the last 2 weeks, I'd say at least 2 to 3 times a week, I'm getting links for postings or links for listings that are seemingly within their price range. But obviously we know homes are going to sell for much more than that. So there was this one specific property that a client sent me, and that, you know, they were pre-approved kind of in the 500 range, 500,000. And they sent me the link and said, you know, what would I need to do basically to get to this price point? And the home was listed at 575. And I looked at the photos. It's in Stittsville, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, gym in the basement, fully basically brand new home. And we looked at some of the recent sales on the street, and I think they were around 880 to $1 million. So I kind of, it's obviously clients aren't in the market every day, so I don't expect people to know that is the case, but it is somewhat misleading. Well, it's extremely misleading when you're listing them that low. And I understand there's an element of that auction, and they're obviously just trying to get as many eyes on the properties as possible. But it is, I can imagine it would be discouraging for buyers when they see that, gets their hopes up, and then they kind of have to, it's like, it just adds to the roller coaster.
I think that's the same as, any listing that we were seeing earlier in the year. And you still see them sometimes, but our, listings arbitrarily low in order to get more eyeballs on them, more people in the door for those, for auction. You can't list, they're not looking to list it at what it would go for, but I think people, to your point, Paul, people need to go in having done their research as well of what is realistic, and whether they're wasting their time or not. And I find, and I think that goes to when it's a property with a lot of eyeballs on it, or a good property, that people just go in thinking that they're going to get it under ask or at that asking when it is priced substantially lower, like, needing to do that additional due diligence so they don't get their hopes up.
I mean, 400,000 lower.
See, this is the interesting thing about it, is because, when we started seeing it happening last year before Unreserved even existed, it just kind of happened slowly, and you kind of assumed at a certain point after a while that it happened. And then that stopped basically. And then Unreserved came along and they started it again in a different way. So whereas most properties that we're selling over, we're only selling for maybe, 5 to 50. When it came down to summer and everything, and then Unreserved came back in and they started doing, what we had seen in the past. So now I think when new buyers especially are used to what the market is now, they see that. So what you're saying, Dave, is they see it now, but they weren't used to seeing it because they weren't shopping before.
Right.
So and when they were shopping before, it was like predominantly stuff like that happening. So the agents could be better. Everyone was just more informed of and accepting of that's what it was. You were shopping 50 to 150 below what the asking price is. Now it's only with unreserved listings that you're usually seeing that. So yes. And to the point of that you were just making, Paul, with your clients, some new buyers I'm working with, same thing. And I told them, I had a call with them yesterday, and I said, just when I send you all these new listings, just watch out for the ones that are listed by Unreserved. And then they messaged me back. They're like, yeah, they're like, just like you said, this is the one, we really like it. It's Unreserved. And then I sent them a message saying like what the other homes on the street had sold for in the last couple of months. And they were just like, oh yeah. So, I mean, and that this one I think is at 700. And the sales on the street are like, 850 to 9, pretty much.
I mean, I guess the silver lining is that it does force a conversation, right? So if they are working with a real estate agent, at least you can then have that conversation with them. I fear the people that are shopping on their own potentially and trying to get a deal, and then they're going to get stuck in these auctions. I watched one last week live, and it was quite interesting. Like in the last, client sent it to me. Again, same thing. Client sent it to me an hour before the auction closed. He was already pre-approved. He's like, I need to get basically 20K more. I think we can get it for 360. I said, okay, well, let's see what we can do. So I told him what he needed to do. He was going to get it gifted. And the property at that time was at 355 and there was still an hour left. And I told him, I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it sells for 370, 375. Like it's not going to stay. Like you already have 22 bids on it, like there's going to be, those people are all sitting there watching their screen, just waiting to hit that button. And it ended up selling for 368, I believe.
Okay. Well, he wasn't too far off.
No, but it was, it's forcing conversations, if nothing else.
And I mean, and the good thing about it is, as we've said before, though, is the transparency, right? So if you want to go for it and take a shot at it, you can, and you're not as disappointed or as stressed as sitting there anxiously waiting for your realtor to get in touch with you or the selling agent to get in touch with your realtor, which, as we know, a lot of the time can even be a pain in the ass. So
But I think as well, there's going to be, I think there's a possibility too of people on some of these getting a good deal. I mean, just like before on, even a realtor listed property, people knowing or expecting there's going to be multiple offers. So they don't want to get involved in that. And I've seen it regularly. And I have tons of clients like that they have no interest. And I'm sure, Greg, you've had it all the time where people are interested in a property, but they don't want to put an offer on it because they know that offers are being held or that there is going to be multiple offers and they're just not interested. So I think for Unreserved or other, if any other auctions come up, that I'm sure there'll be a subset of people that have zero interest in getting involved with that or don't understand the process or aren't comfortable with it. And so, that will dilute the buyers a little bit. And when there's more product on the market as well, it's going to be less eyeballs on those unreserved listings. So it's still possible that, even for that place listed at 575, comps might be at 850, but they still might get it at 750, which is a great deal, right? They can't retract, right? Like unreserved, like it's a firm sale. They're not.
Well, yeah, it's a firm sale. Like, I mean, as long as the person submits their paperwork once they get the offer done.
Yeah. I mean, like they can't retract, right? Like I know you've had it where you've put in offers on places at list price and the sellers are like, well, actually, you know what? That's not what we were hoping to get. So we're not going to sell it now. I think you mentioned last show.
Yeah, no. And they have a guaranteed price or something on their sales to the homeowners as well. I mean, I know it's evolving. I mean, just like our business is like this year is evolving. So it's, it's around, it'll always be here. And who knows what the next 6 months is going to bring. There's so much going on in the world. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here in the next 6 months. But we're still going to be selling homes, right, guys? We're still going to be in the business, right?
Well, the robots haven't taken over yet.
Yeah, that's the hope and the plan. Well, by your doom and gloom prior to the show, who knows?
Lots going on in the world.
Yeah. So let's touch on Evergrande quickly, because I know there was when we had that conversation. Was it last week? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
There was a lot of people that had to chime in on that, and that's actually the gentleman that reached out to me that listened to the show. He was very intrigued to discuss Evergrande. So what's the latest, Greg? Just let everyone know kind of where that stands, or what you know of it since we last spoke.
What I know. I know a little bit. The latest is that it looks like the default will happen. They've been liquidating assets to local governments to pay back debt, pay back what they call the coupon, the interest on these loans of, they have, I think I saw some list of the loans they have, it's like, 43 million, 33 million, like they're defaulting. But the key here is that, and we talked about it a bit last week, is they employ so many people worldwide, and there's a lot of big companies that invest in this. I heard through the grapevine, I have not verified this, but I heard, RBC is a big investor in Evergrande. So, that means that they're also losing in this. I know there's some people looking to come in and buy the company cheap, from what I understand. I don't know whether that'll happen or not, but there's no way that everyone's going to get their money back. And of course, the first to lose will be the people, the little people who've invested their life savings with these guys. But, bottom line is this company controls also a lot of the tech and a lot of the electrical going on. Well, they don't control. They have divisions that have shut down, and China's shutting down a lot of this stuff because of what's happening. So Tesla's shut down over there. And I know the plants that make chips for cars are shut down over there. So one of the big ones, apparently Cadillac, is stopping production on their vehicles because they can't get the tech from China that they've been getting through everything going on over there, like Evergrande and other issues in China. So, and we'll see what's up, and people, again, it's like, oh, what does that have to do with us? Well, between that, the fuel crisis going on in the UK and everything else. I mean, like I said last time, Canada, we're the last to get it. So it's just a matter of paying attention. And you've also got them talking about a major crash in the US just because of overspending. Can't keep printing money and expect things to just be happy and rosy all the time, right?
I think the comment they just made there is important, because I know there was a couple comments from listeners from last episode just saying, well, kind of, in summary, that's, how does that affect us? Or,
right.
Who cares that in China? And you kind of made the quip and joke that, a year and a half ago, something else came out of China that we didn't, think was going to affect us. But really, with China being one of the largest economies in the world, they supply
second largest
goods around the world. They are the ones that fund the World Bank. A lot of the funds that other countries borrow. Canada borrows from them. US, other major countries. So if and they have a high percentage of their GDP is based on real estate. So if they have a huge crash, they will, all of their, and their banks start crumbling a bit because of the money they've lent out. Well, then so do, like you said, RBC and Goldman in the States and some of these others are investors, and that ripples there. You also then lose foreign investment because those people, like you said, the people in China aren't then able to buy property or invest in companies or buy product around the world. So it'll be a massive ripple effect. So hopefully they can, hopefully that doesn't happen. And that's some of the stop gaps, and they're able to catch it, early enough, in the background. That doesn't happen, but certainly something that will, as this progresses over the coming weeks, will be telling of what goes on in the markets around the world.
I know. And I mean, with the supply
I'm debating
chains,
whether to sell everything in the market right now myself.
Well, and that's something, like I was watching something else today. The last couple of days, like they've been saying, the safest bets right now is gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Like I had some guys that I know who invest. They're like, I'm pulling out everything. I'm putting it all in gold, silver, and Bitcoin. I was like, really? They're like, yeah. And I've been doing this for 20 years. And I was like, wow. I'm like, that's a pretty bold statement. I mean, whether, obviously they have experience, but I'm just saying that. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm not an expert by any means. And the other thing going on is the supply shortages, right? Like all the ports all around the world, every single port is flooded with ships that don't have access to deliver and receive goods because of, pandemic based stuff, fuel, whatever else. Again, not an expert. I advise everyone to just take some time and research it a little bit because there's a lot of things going on globally. And as we know, our whole international economy is much closer than it's ever been. And the way we work and the way we communicate. So you got to pay attention. And again, I don't think anything's going to affect our real estate directly in Canada for a while, no matter what happens. But, it's just something to pay attention to and be aware of.
You mean negatively affect?
Negatively affect.
Yeah. Well, affect in, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it would
in any manner
affect, obviously.
Yeah. The interesting, you're saying about the ports, just as a sidebar on the, you're talking about shipping. I was buying, I moved recently, was out at a furniture store last week to buy a new couch. And we're there on the Saturday, and he said, let me know if you do want to buy it, you should tell me by tomorrow. And he's like, it's not, he's not commissioned at all. He's like, I'm not trying to pressure you, but I do know Monday our prices are increasing on all couches because of the cost of shipping containers went from 5,000 to 20,000. And so,
right.
And that's where furniture, whether it be coming from, North America or overseas or pieces from overseas, but shipping containers are in such high demand that they typically would trade at $5,000 and less a shipping container. And he said that they've increased to 20, and that alone is driving insane. The increase in furniture, along with these added new tariffs and things like that. But that was just last week. Yeah.
Everything's going up. The cost of meat is up.
Yeah.
There's anyways, it's an interesting time. I think a lot of people are I'll use the term hunker down this fall and winter. Might decrease their spending a little bit. And what does that mean for the real estate market? I don't know.
Well, now, Greg, could they hunker down in a couple new properties?
Oh, could they ever? Could they ever hunker down in a couple of new properties? Let me tell you.
Should we roll into everyone's favorite segment in the show?
I got a couple right here. All right. Everybody, welcome to, oh my goodness, excuse me, I'm not ready. Welcome to the Stone Abbey Residences, a truly exclusive condominium of only 19 suites located on a quiet residential street in Old Ottawa South. Suite 401 offers a gigantic west-facing 1,145 square foot terrace and well thought out 1,800 square foot interior space with 2 bedrooms and a den. Floor to ceiling windows in the southwest facing unit allows for stunning natural light. Enjoy views of the Rideau Canal from your living room as you chill by the gas fireplace. Primary bedroom offers a large walk-in closet, ensuite with soaker tub, double vanity, and a walk-in shower. Situated near Lansdowne Park, this is your opportunity to access one of Ottawa's best locations, moments away from countless shops and restaurants. Underground parking and indoor bicycle storage included, locker available for purchase. Please note that the interior renderings are of a different layout. There is still time to pick your finishes. Condo fees are $11.45 a month and include common area expenses, water, natural gas, heating and air conditioning, geothermal, snow removal, landscaping maintenance, exterior recycling, reserve fund contribution. There's 2 EV stations as well. Yours today for how much is that one?
a lot.
We'll get an auction going.
That's hilarious, actually.
So that hasn't been built yet?
Yeah, that's the one. 2.2 million. That's the biggest penthouse in the building, from what I understand. It's significant. They've sold quite a few units in there.
I'm trying to picture where that. What street is it?
Nice looking project.
It's right at the corner. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I delivered that as well as I could. The address, it's right on the corner of Elmer and Bank Street, where the church is. So that's coming up.
Oh yeah, so church is coming down.
That's coming in hot. They built it. They know it's staying. They're building on it. Yeah.
Interesting.
They've sold many units but there's a couple of the big ones are left. Like just
that's on the opposite side of that Bank Street Bridge. So that's like near Darcy's or whatever the
locations. The locations,
that's
amazing.
great.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. It's windmill, so it's all green.
All right.
Very well done. What do we got next? Number two. We got a little video too, a little intro from Mr. Anthony Donnelly.
Hey everyone, it's Anthony Donnelly from the Donnelly team here in beautiful Fallingbrook, Orleans. Yes, it's one of our favorites. It's safe, it's family oriented, it's close to all the schools, groceries. We have a single family home here, 746 Farmbrook. This is perfect for anyone looking to move right into a home, ready to go. I hope you enjoy this tour.
All right, everybody, brought to you by Anthony Donnelly of Blue Panda Realty. So many updates in this single-family home in the wonderful neighborhood of Fallingbrook, Orleans. This home offers a very functional layout with 3+1 bathrooms and 2.5 baths. The homeowners have put a lot of love and energy into the home over the years, and it shows. The home has been freshly painted, has hardwood and tile throughout the main level, and new carpets upstairs and in the basement 2020. The main floor has a large accommodating entrance that opens into the dining room and living room. At the rear of the home, the updated kitchen flows into the family room and looks out onto the private backyard. Front porch, backyard deck, and driveway plus interlock are new this year. The second floor offers a large primary bedroom with fully renovated ensuite 2021 and walk-in closet with 2 additional spacious bedrooms plus second fully updated bathroom this year again as well. Fully finished basement painted in 2020 offers extra playroom, bedroom, and laundry space. Time to book your tour today. Perfect. Right on.
Yes, I made it. The buzzer.
I made it. And that's 746 Farmbrook. Brought to you by Anthony
nice looking home.
Panda Realty.
What's that listed?
It is nice. That one's listed at 725. Yeah, I guess I got to get better at this, eh?
It looks
missed a couple notes there.
It looked like it had more space than what I was expecting from the exterior. Like it just felt like it kept going.
I know. They just put a lot of time and energy into that too. It's nice. I drove by it the other day. Yeah. So, yeah, well, you know, I'm enjoying doing these videos. I learned something today. I have to work on a bit. I did it a little bit different than last time. So next week I'll be even better. By week 4,
we'll tighten them up, people.
By week 4, I'll have it locked in, and then, you know, then I'll just be doing 4 a day. People are just gonna pay me to go live stream their listing. That's the goal, right?
And all listeners will cancel listening to Torup.
Yeah. Unsubscribe.
Please make Greg stop this madness.
Yeah.
If anyone is listening, if anyone's listening, if you're listening right now and there's any segments you want us to throw in there, anything you want to see, haven't seen, or that we did once, haven't done since, we're very, very fluid. We're more than welcome to change things up, give you what you want, talk about what you need.
Now, one thing to touch on before we called a show, but I know we were talking about before, those of you that are maybe on the fence or actively shopping, or you're a realtor or a mortgage broker, fixed rates went up this past week. Fixed rates are tied to a publicly traded bond, Canadian mortgage bond, and it spiked heavily last week. So did the 5-year fixed, sort of the fixed rates. Your variable rates are where they're at and actually went the opposite direction. So definitely worthwhile looking at variable. But if you haven't gotten pre-approved or haven't locked in a rate, certainly speak to your local mortgage professional to get that done before they climb any higher. And you can lock in rates for up to 120 days or 4 months.
We're looking at almost in most cases a 0.75% spread again between variable and fixed, which historically, that's a prime time to be hopping on the variable train. Mm-hmm. I'm always a fan of variable, but when there's that much of a spread, you got a lot of buffer there to get interest savings. That's the fear, right? Everyone, you get the variable. Well, what if my payments change and our budget fluctuates and so on? People like to kind of set it and forget it. My advice to clients typically is that if you're debating between fixed and variable, take the variable, but set your payment as if it was the fixed payment. So if your fixed payment's going to be $2,000, but you take variable might be $1,700, we'll still pay $2,000 so that if rates do go up, you're kind of already paying over and above what you would normally be paying. And that extra $300 is going to the principal balance every month instead of just paying the bank their interest. So
that's great.
Instead of you getting the savings, you're actually investing the savings back into the property. And then that way, if rates do go up, you're already kind of anticipating that increased payment. So there's no surprises down the road, but you're still getting all the savings.
That's great advice.
Fun fact.
Boom.
I think we also need to toot our own horn here substantially today. Last month, everybody, we had an official 1,140 downloads of our podcast. That's for September. That's the biggest number by far that we've hit, and we want to thank you all for listening. That's a lot of listeners,
and that's not just streams. That's not streams or
YouTube
listens. That's people downloading episodes, which is great. Yeah,
that's how many people actually have it probably automatically coming. So I hope that number just goes up exponentially.
Last year, in comparison, it was 6.
Six
downloads
at the same time last year. I gotta tell you, that's nice. Yeah.
But yeah, if you are listening, your support is very much appreciated. And if you aren't subscribed, then it definitely does go a long way in helping numbers. What's weird, and I mean, I don't know if people know this, but Apple and Spotify both don't disclose how many subscribers you have, how many actual listens you have. The only thing they will give you as far as public info, unless I'm wrong, and please tell us if I'm wrong, is the amount of downloads. That's the only metric that we can actually go by how many listeners are. So if you are listening, do us a favor, just subscribe so that we can actually see those downloads happening, and we can continue to feel like we're actually doing something positive here.
Mm-hmm. Bringing you the goods. And another plug for myself again. I think I need to do a little outro ad on this show starting next week. My other channel, Greg Real Estate Reality with Greg Campbell, is moving along. I've got about 5 videos up there now, I think. So if you want to check that out, it's just little tips for buyers, sellers, and agents alike. And it's fun. I have fun. I got some cool beats.
Of course.
Obviously, always. And
I'm pretty excited for the rest of this week to get into the business stuff for just another second. We actually have our first kind of Referral Mortgages professional mortgage conference with our staff and agents. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We got a lot of speakers coming, some business coaches, some social media experts on how to advertise their business, and then we have some of our lenders coming in to take a deeper dive into their products and such. I'm looking forward to that. I think it'll be nice to kind of get everyone together again in person and have an actual, symposium of types. Get everyone chatting.
And what's going on with the Academy?
Academy sold out. So I don't know. I guess must not have said this last week, but we opened the first week or first training, which is 4 weeks, 15 slots, sold out in 5 hours. So instantly filled up. And then the second one, I think we have 6 seats available left, and that starts in November. So that's for anyone listening, if you're a mortgage agent, this is open to all mortgage agents. So we are, it's free too. So we're just kind of taking a deeper dive into what to expect as a new or newer mortgage agent. And we kind of start at the top and work all our way down just so that you can, hit the ground running when you start your career instead of jumping in with no paddles.
And I have a question about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Dave.
No, I was just going to say to what kind of carry on, Paul, but I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. You don't need to be a part of any specific brokerage. It doesn't matter what network you're with, what brokerage you're with. It's just we are coordinating and bringing in speakers just to better the industry. So if you're with any other brokerage, you can still sign up and register and do some additional learning.
And my question is, for the first 15 that signed on, where did those mostly come from?
So we had a few avenues
that knew you through people, or was it just random?
Don't know any of them.
Awesome.
Yeah. A couple groups on Facebook for kind of dedicated to newer agents and so on. So discussed it with the powers that be and just kind of explain what we're doing and what we're hoping to offer to people and to the industry. And they were very supportive, and thanks to them as well for letting us kind of talk about the Academy on those channels, because that definitely made a big difference. And really, I mean, that's what they're there for. Those people are there to find resources to gather further information to better their career. And that's what we're hoping to offer. So it worked out really well, but looking forward to that. It starts October 20th, first week. And our conference is Thursday. So that'll be, we'll have some feedback on that next week. But yeah, looking forward. It should be a good week. Should be a good week.
Cool.
Well,
all right.
Can we roll into the mood boost?
Boosted. We're ready. We got 3 today. We got 3. Gentlemen, number 1 is, what should you do? Genuine question. What should you do if you're carried out to sea on an iceberg? Just keep it cool until you're rescued.
I love that.
Number 2. Why did the deer need braces? He had buck teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Buck teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And number 3, what do you get when you have a cat that eats lemons? You get a sourpuss.
Oh my goodness.
You get a sourpuss.
Oh my goodness.
We'll keep it PG. So everyone, welcome to the Ottawa Real Estate Podcast. If you haven't listened before, this was a fun one. Funny enough, the clients that did reach out, the ones that I was talking to that were referencing the show, they actually referred to it as toe wrap, which I thought was amazing. They're like, oh, we listened to toe wrap and blah, blah, blah. Which is great. Love it. Keep an eye out. We got some great referral swag too hitting the streets this week. We're giving it out at the conference. So if you spot a referral swag bag, let us know. Take a picture, tag us. What's up, Greg?
No, I was letting you continue. I was just making hand motions because I wanted to say something else.
Go ahead.
So we've got the Blue Panda coffee.
Oh yeah.
We've got two brews. We've got Brew Panda, and we've got the espresso blend, which is called Above Asking.
Mm-hmm.
So, Paul, I know we kind of briefly discussed that we should do some type of campaign with our listeners, and it's a go. So I'm picking up coffee today, and I think we should hash out a plan, a fun plan for our listeners to get some free, some free swag and some coffee from North Brew Coffee, Blue Panda. What do you think?
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, let's do it. It's time for us to get social.
How do you want to do it?
Next level. I don't know. We'll talk about it. Figure it out.
Let's get social.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, should we wrap it up, gentlemen?
We should.
I think it's about time.
Yeah. So thank you for listening. If you're listening, it's probably Tuesday or Wednesday. And, we love you. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week. It's the Ottawa Real Estate Podcast. If you want to chat real estate, you're thinking about buying a home, you want to get pre-approved, talk to us. We're here. We're ready.
Help. All right.
Thanks as always to North Brew, northbrew.ca, promo code podcast. Get 20% off your coffee. Talk to us. Greg's got the Blue Panda brew. We'll hook you up. Get your toe rep mug. Be official. An official listener. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Jesus.
The Ottawa Real Estate Podcast is brought to you by Referral Mortgages, Blue Panda Realty, and Stephen Hopkins Video. Thanks for tuning in, and please remember to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you.